Vortex is a cloud gaming service that was made in Poland and currently has 15 data centers around the world, including several in the United States. We consider Vortex a middleware or a pick-up-and-play type of cloud gaming platform, similar to platforms like GeForce Now and Boosteroid. Now, since I'm in the US, I wanted to see how well Vortex service handles input lag on various games. Now, I'm not just going to cover controller lag, but I'm also going to cover mouse and keyboard lag as well. Let's get started and jump into the Vortex. Now, the first games I played on Vortex were mouse and keyboard games. I started my Vortex journey with Path of Exile. So let's see how well Vortex handles top-down action RPG games played with a mouse and keyboard. As you might be able to see, I'm having a really tough time playing this game with mouse and keyboard. My player wasn't responding to any of my mouse commands, and it was taking a couple of seconds just to get where I was pointing. I ended up doing frequent loops in the map, and overall just being useless to my teammates. I think this drag and drop segment really pinpoints how bad the lag is in Vortex. Yeah, it's this bad. I don't recommend it at all. My server was in Texas, which is several hours away from me, but it shouldn't be as bad as it was. Let's try another game. Now, CSGO is a first-person fast-paced competitive shooter in which many use mouse and keyboard to play. As a veteran Counter-Strike player who'd play the beta in 1999, keyboard and mouse is the only way to play for me. But unfortunately, I had a very similar experience playing CSGO as I did with Path of Exile. Watch as the mouse just strays wherever it wants to go, and trying to aim is impossible. No matter the gun, no matter the round, it was extremely hard to get kills in CSGO. Yep, CSGO is completely unplayable on Vortex with mouse and keyboard. I don't know if it's my settings or my equipment, but mouse and keyboard just doesn't work for me. Using a controller to play games on Vortex is a completely different ballgame. I feel like Vortex is just not set up for mouse input effectively, because using a controller of some sort to play these games on Vortex works just fine. The lag input is very minimal, and I would even compare it to response times to GeForce Now. GeForce Now has always had good response times due to the multiple servers they have throughout the country, and Vortex is very similar. The gang at Cloud Gaming Battle played a Destiny 2 strike, and I used an Xbox One controller to handle my business. The gameplay was solid and aiming was easy, with very little lag times. It's like I flipped a switch on Vortex servers. I used a brand new bow on this mission, and the headshots were as clear as day, along with the movements. I had absolutely no problems completing the missions with the guys. I was no longer a liability, and not just along for the ride. I even had the most kills out of the three of us. So yes, playing well is possible on Vortex. With these findings playing Destiny 2 with the controller, I went back to try CSGO with the controller as well. Sacrilege, I know. But it is clear that CSGO is not designed for a controller, and I was very surprised that I played much better with the controller than I did with the mouse and keyboard.
Terrorists win.
I'm not sure why things are so different compared to playing with the mouse and keyboard, but at least you know that you can play with something reliable when you play with a controller. Feel free to give Vortex a try by clicking on the link in the description and let us know what you think. For the latest news, gameplay, and comparisons on cloud gaming, including Vortex, subscribe and stay tuned right here at the only place where you can do battle in gaming heaven, Cloud Gaming Battle.